Well, fiends, it looks like our pal Alex bit off more than he could chew, embarking on a delivery that was anything but plain old pepperoni. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell icon, or you might miss out on what happens when you find yourself at the door of the unknown, craving the last slice. Alex Jennings, 21, was a college junior with a major that intrigued many and baffled more: folklore and mythology. His fascination with tales of the arcane and the otherworldly was more than academic. It was a passion that burned in him, a beacon in the fog of the mundane. To fund his studies, Alex worked evenings at Tony's Pizza, a local joint that prided itself on its secret sauce and its swift delivery. A mundane job that unexpectedly became the doorway to the very mysteries Alex had always yearned to explore. On a particularly chilly October night, a peculiar order came through. The address was 99 Willow Lane, a place whispered about in the small college town but never confirmed to exist. The Victorian house at this address was the centerpiece of local legends, involving its last known occupant, Ms. Arabella Finch, a woman whose name was synonymous with mystery. Rumors swirled of her sudden disappearance, leaving behind a house that stood still in time, a silent sentinel at the end of Willow Lane. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Alex's heart raced as he loaded the pizza into his car. The night was draped in a thick fog, a veil that seemed to separate the world of the living from that of tales and whispers. As he navigated the winding road to Willow Lane, the streetlights flickered, casting long shadows that danced like specters fleeing the dawn. The Victorian house emerged from the fog, a relic of a bygone era, its silhouette a stark reminder of the thin veil between the past and the present. The gate, with its intricate router and twisted and overgrown with ivy, cracked open at his touch, a sound that seemed to echo into the stillness of the night. The path to the front door was a mosaic of cracked stones, each step stirring whispers from the shadows. It was as if the house itself was alive, breathing in the chilly air, exhaling stories of days long gone. Alex paused at the front porch, his hand hovering over the doorbell. A light flickered in an upstairs window, a beacon of the unknown calling to him. The doorbell chimed, a sound that seemed too loud in the enveloping silence, resonating through the halls of the house like a clarion call. "Leave it on the porch, dear. The money is under the mat," came a voice from the intercom, its timbre rich with the weight of years, a voice that whispered of secrets and solitude. It was a voice that shouldn't belong to a house left untouched by time, yet it spoke with an eerie familiarity, as if expecting him. Beneath the worn welcome mat, Alex found the promised $100 bill, its crispness a stark contrast to the decay around him. The transaction, though simple, felt like a covenant sealed, binding him to the house and its mysteries. As he retreated to his car, the light in the upstairs window flickered once more and then extinguished, as if the house itself had blinked, acknowledging the beginning of something unfathomable. The drive back to Tony's was a blur, the fog seemingly thicker, the night deeper. Alex's mind raced with questions. Who was the voice that seemed not just to bridge decades, but whispered from another era? What secrets lay within the walls of the Victorian house at 99 Willow Lane? And why, despite the unease that clung to him like the night's chill, did he feel an inexplicable pull towards the mysteries it harbored? That night, as Alex lay in bed, the shadows in his room seemed to whisper, echoing the voice from the house. Sleep eluded him, his thoughts adrift in the legends of Arabella Finch and the Victorian house that stood as a sentinel to the unknown. It was the beginning of an obsession, a quest for understanding that would lead him down paths untrodden through the whispering shadows at the edge of reality. Curiosity, once piqued in a mind like Alex Jennings, becomes an insatiable hunger, a driving force that propels one into the unknown with reckless abandon. Each subsequent delivery to the house on Willow Lane peeled back the layers of mystery surrounding the enigmatic residence and its equally puzzling occupant. The transactions were always the same: a pizza left on the weathered porch, a $100 bill waiting under the mat, and the hauntingly melodic voice thanking him through the crackling speaker. Yet with each visit, a piece of the veil lifted, revealing glimpses of a story untold, a narrative suspended in the cobwebs and shadows of the Victorian home. The autumn leaves had turned to gold and crimson, a fiery tribute to the season, when Alex's curiosity transcended the boundaries of caution. It was a night when the moon hung low, shrouded by scudding clouds, casting the world below in a silver, ethereal glow. The wind whispered secrets as it danced through the boughs of ancient trees, secrets that only the bravest, or most foolhardy, would dare to uncover. Compelled by a force he could scarcely understand, Alex crossed the threshold of the Victorian house, stepping into a realm that time had forgotten. The door creaked open as if welcoming him, or perhaps warning him of the journey he was about to embark upon. The interior was a labyrinth of echoes, where each step reverberated with the weight of stories untold, of lives once lived within these walls. The air was thick with dust, a testament to the years of solitude the house had endured. Alex's flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing a grand staircase that spiraled upwards like a spine. But it was not the upper floors that called to him. It was the heart of the house, where secrets lay buried under layers of dust and decay. The study, once a sanctuary of intellect and solitude, held the key to unraveling the mystery. Amidst the leather-bound books and faded maps, Alex found Arabella Finch's diary, its pages yellowed with age, but its words vibrant with life. Arabella's pen had captured her descent into the occult, driven by a thirst for knowledge that echoed Alex's own. Her experiments with the arcane had opened a doorway she could not close, a portal that bridged the world of the living and that of the unknown. Arabella's words were a map, guiding Alex deeper into the mystery. She spoke of the basement, a place where the veil between worlds was thinnest, where she had unwittingly unleashed forces beyond her control. It was there, in the bowels of the house, that the portal awaited, a maw of shadows and whispers that hungered for release. Driven by a mix of fear and fascination, Alex descended into the basement. The air grew colder with each step, the darkness deeper. The portal, a swirling vortex of shadows, pulsed with an eerie life. Figures moved within it, their features blurred, their voices a cacophony of desperation and hope. Alex had stepped into a story far greater than any he had studied, a tale of loss, longing, and the unrelenting pursuit of knowledge. The house on Willow Lane was not just a structure of wood and stone. It was a nexus, a point where the fabric of reality was thin and torn, beckoning those brave enough, or perhaps foolish enough, to uncover its secrets. In the dim light of his flickering flashlight, Alex Jennings stood at the precipice of the unknown. The basement of the Victorian house at 99 Willow Lane, stretching before him like the mouth of Hades itself. The air was thick, charged with an energy that seemed to crawl across his skin, whispering of ancient rites and forgotten realms. The diary of Arabella Finch, clutched in his trembling hand, was his only guide in this descent into darkness, its pages a testament to human curiosity and its insatiable quest for the unknown. Arabella's words, penned with a mix of excitement and dread, detailed her experiments with the occult, her attempts to pierce the veil between worlds. She spoke of the basement as the heart of her operations, where she erected a portal, a gateway that promised knowledge and understanding beyond mortal comprehension. Yet, what she found on the other side was not enlightenment, but entrapment. a liminal space between existence and oblivion, where lost souls clamored for salvation or revenge. As Alex stepped forward, the air grew colder. The darkness seemed to pulsate with a life of its own. The portal, a swirling vortex of shadows and whispers, lay at the center of the room, a gaping wound in the fabric of reality. It was as if the very essence of the house was concentrated here, in this spot where Arabella had torn through the barriers of existence, inviting in forces she could scarcely comprehend. The entities within the vortex were not just shadows, but remnants of consciousness, lost souls caught in the web of Arabella's ambition. They reached out to Alex, their whispers a mixture of hope and despair, a cacophony of voices that sought release or perhaps redemption. The weight of their gaze was palpable, a pressure that threatened to crush him with its intensity. Yet it was not just the trapped entities that Alex faced in the basement's suffocating darkness. The house itself seemed to come alive, its walls pulsating with a malevolent energy. Doors slammed shut behind him, trapping him within the heart of darkness, a pawn in a game that had been played since Arabella Finch first opened the portal. The air vibrated with the sound of whispers, not just from the entities, but from the house itself, its voice a sinister echo that filled the space with dread. Alex realized then that he was not merely a bystander in this tale of cosmic horror, but a key player. Arabella's diary hinted at a solution, a way to close the portal and free the trapped souls. But it required more than just knowledge of the occult. It demanded an understanding of the human condition, of the desires and fears that drive us to explore the unknown. With a resolve born of desperation and compassion, Alex approached the portal. The shadows writhed in anticipation, sensing a change in the air. Drawing upon Arabella's research and his own understanding of mythology and folklore, Alex began to speak. His words were not incantations or spells, but acknowledgments of the entity's pain, their longing for release. The battle to close the portal was both a physical and metaphysical struggle, a test of wills against the malevolent forces unleashed by Arabella's curiosity. With each word of acknowledgement, the portal's pull grew weaker, the whispers of the trapped souls turning from despair to hope. Yet, the house fought back, its structure twisting and contorting in an effort to stop him. Floors tilted, walls bled shadows, and the air thickened with resistance, as if the very fabric of the house was determined to maintain its hold on the entities within. But Alex pressed on, fueled by a determination to end the cycle of suffering. His voice became a beacon in the darkness, a promise of salvation for those caught in the liminal space between worlds. The portal, sensing the shift in power, began to contract, the swirling vortex of shadows slowing its frenetic dance. The entities, their forms becoming more distinct in the waning darkness, reached out to Alex, not as threats but as beings seeking peace, their whispers now words of gratitude. As the first light of dawn began to seep into the basement, the portal shuddered and then collapsed, closing with a final definitive silence that marked the end of its reign of terror. The house, deprived of the energy it had fed on for decades, fell still, its malevolent presence dissipating like mist under the morning sun. Alex, exhausted but triumphant, stood in the quiet aftermath, the diary of Arabella Finch clutched in his hand, a testament to the power of human curiosity and its consequences. He had faced the heart of darkness and emerged not just victorious, but changed. A man who had looked into the abyss and found not only the depths of human folly, but the strength of human compassion. As dawn crept over the horizon, it seems our dear Alex delivered not just the last slice, but also a slice of freedom to those trapped between worlds. How's that for a tip? Leave a comment below if you've ever found yourself delivering more than you bargained for.